What's up? Big Herc 916. Positivity, motivation, never settle for average. Go pick up some of the new merch on the website, bigherc916.com. It's okay to be a millionaire. You got to change the way you think, and you got to have a relationship that's accepting of money if you want to make money in life. It's a mental thing. So I just dropped the new shirts. It's okay to be a millionaire. Pick you up one or pick you up a hoodie and grab your bar of soap and wash your ass. You know, I was just thinking, and a lot of times people feel like somebody owes them something, that somebody's more entitled than the next person. If you were fortunate enough to be born into a situation where you have a trust fund, or you have access to finances, you got connections, then you were blessed. You were given a situation that allows you opportunity. Now, if you weren't born into wealth or money, and you have to work to get these type of connections and contacts and resources, then you just got to work for it, man. I know a lot of times when you see other people on social media and you think, man, that person, you know, they're lucky, they got this and that. Well, it might appear to be that, yeah, they are very fortunate, but you don't know what they're going through behind closed doors. You don't know if that person's a drug addict, if they're an alcoholic, if they have other deviations, if they're dealing with other demons, or if they're actually healthy. You don't know what they're going through. So you got to always be grateful for what you have and not really focus on what the next person has, because we can become obsessed with other people's lives because we feel our lives is not what we want them to be, when they're exactly what they're supposed to be. We just got to create what we want to create in our own life and stop worrying about the next person's life. There's no entitlement. You have to work for what you want, man. You have to work for it. I know a lot of people want things overnight nowadays. Everybody wants to be successful to like yesterday, and hard work, studying, researching things. Nobody wants to put in the footwork. Everybody wants to find some shortcut, some magical slide that would just allow them to slip right into, you know, millionaire status or billionaire status. And it doesn't work like that. The people you see at the end of that road, after they've gotten to where they gotten to, a lot of times some of them have been, you know, like I said, blessed with a connection. Their family had contacts, or they just knew the right people. Other people have really worked hard, and you don't know their backstory, so you maybe have judgment on those people, but you never know what a person went through to get to where they're at. There are people who work, you know, 15, 20 hours a day to make it happen, and you got people who don't do shit, but they think that they're entitled to have what that person who works 15, 16, 18 hours a day, 70 hours a week. You're not entitled to shit. If you don't work for it, you don't deserve it, man. You're no better than the next person. I don't care what race you are, what your skin color is, where you come from. Nobody owes you shit in life. Nobody. I realized that a long time ago. And growing up, my grandfather grew up in the South. My grandma grew up in the South. And, he worked hard. He never used the N-word at home. He never blamed anybody outside of himself for what he didn't have. That dude used to bust his ass. And he always told me, man, look, you are smart, work hard, hit the books, and you'll be successful. If you only study for 2 hours and you don't get the results you want, study for 4 hours. If you study for 4 hours, you don't get the result you want, study for 6 hours. But never give up. Believe in yourself. Hard work will persevere. He said, you ain't gonna get nothing from the streets, man. You ain't gonna get nothing from the streets but problems. but I was hard-headed. I'm like, oh man, I was one of them dudes, man. I was hard-headed. I was doing what a lot of these kids out here doing. I can't really judge you guys, but I tell you certain things because I've been there. The store robbery, the little licks you guys are putting down. I've seen all that, been a part of all that. I know about all that. But if I would have listened more to what my grandfather told me and really focused on the book aspect and maybe some business things. See, I didn't have the business guidance. That's where I lacked. I had the brains and the capacity to learn things, and I was very creative, but I didn't have anybody to mentor me. Somebody could tell you something, but if you're not mentored in it, it's hard to figure out what to do because, how do you start? So it wasn't until later that I got around individuals who can actually give me a little bit of game here and there, and I'm still learning, man. I'm still trying to get the game, but one thing I do know that I can't blame anybody else for my circumstances. I know that there are certain things that exist in this world, racism being one of them, discrimination, people who are evil, people who are good, people who are negative, people who are positive. It's just what it is. I can't make this person like me. You can't make that person like you, and whoever you are, cool, but you are not entitled to any more benefits than me. You're not. You can get on top of your stand and get your microphone and scream whatever. That's cool, but you're not special. You're no better than the next person. Everybody has the ability, if they're healthy and they're sane, they have the ability to achieve. And if you want to achieve, you can. If you don't, then you don't. But don't get mad when you see somebody else with something because you don't know what they did to get to where they're at. You can make assumptions, but at the end of the day, if you want something, man, you got to think about, am I doing everything I can be doing to get to where I want to go? Did you work hard enough that particular day? I'm not saying you got to physically work, but did you put time into whatever it is you're doing? If you're doing your Twitch, you're doing your social media, you're doing your Discord, you're painting cars, you're fabricating, you're working on leads, whatever you're doing, did you put enough time in? If you didn't put the time in, then that's on you. What you put in is what you get out. And you can't make excuses at the end of the day, because if you didn't work hard, then you know in the back of your mind that you took a nap, maybe you tugged on your willy, or you were watching Pornhub, or you were messing around, watching Netflix, whatever you were doing, you smoking weed, you wasted time. And when you do that consistently, you will consistently not have the results you desire. So you got to make the choice. You can't get mad, and then when you get caught up in something, I was doing that because of, this financial situation and the economic conditions. No, man, you doing it because you want to. You stole because you want to. You robbed because you wanted to. And what nobody told you, right from wrong. You knew. Your mom didn't tell you to go rob and steal and do that shit. You did it because you want to do it, and it is what it is. And you can't blame, this guy, that guy. Oh, come on, man. There's no excuses at this point. No excuses. You have a smartphone. You can get on a number of different websites, order products, hustle, communicate, build your brand, do what you want to do. You guys know how to work it better than us older, people who have to learn off of YouTube. You guys grew up on this phone. You guys know what you can do. You do it all the time. You guys organize 20, 30 you guys and go rob some shit. You can organize 20 or 30 you guys and set up shop and maybe sell a product, or maybe, collaborate to go buy something and sell it and flip it. You guys can collaborate with those phones and do a lot of other things besides steal and rob. So don't get mad when shit goes bad and you like, they was only doing their job too, protecting their shit. If it happens, to so be. But I just get tired of the argument where people want somebody to feel sorry for them. Don't nobody need to feel sorry for any of you guys. You, because you're special now, because you're part of this, or you're doing that. Man, you're not special. You're just who you are. That's it. Do you? I mean, you don't need a trophy for that. Do you? But you're not special. So don't think that you deserve any more rights than the next person. The next person is just as special as you. So if you are disrespecting, get disrespected. Plain and simple. You walk around in public, you are no better than the next person. So if you are being an asshole, somebody could be an asshole back. It goes back and forth, asshole to asshole. Keep it 100. I'm just saying, man. You're not special. Bust your ass, do your thing. Hey, man, respect the next person's right to be who they want to be, and you can be who you want to be, but don't think that you're entitled to any special benefits. I'm just keeping 100. Big Herc 916. Go to bigherc916.com and purchase you a bar of soap, one of the books I've written, a hat, a beanie, a t-shirt, tank top, or some detail spray for your car.